add some extra weight. It is a rainy, cloudy, wet day here. This is after me at Lueth. It is December 2nd, 2025, 8:49 a.m. Eastern Time, New York, USA. And yes, it is. I had to add a little extra weight. The weather here, at least it's not freezing cold. I mean, we're not near 32 Fahrenheit. We do Fahrenheit here. So yeah, a wet and kind of drizzly, rainy one. It's yes, I can. It hurts my bones. I used to know someone. He was something else. He's one of those people that you just like. Okay, you're one of one. Oh, you're a character. All right. It hurts my bones. He looked like the grumpiest, meanest sucker ever. But if you got to know him, that was totally not the case. I miss some people I used to know. So yeah, I'm still struggling. Here we go. Oh, one patch off. I am on level 2. So I'm down to 1 cigarette a day. I do that either before I put the patch on or after, or sometimes like little teeny tiny puffs every so often throughout the day. But I am down to 1, and I'm gonna get down to 0 soon. So yeah, just money, smells. It's not really that good for you. Yeah. But yeah, I gotta get through this. It's one of those things, man. You just gotta keep trying. You can't quit quitting. I haven't quit quitting, so I have to find strategies because I'm around a lot of people who smoke cigarettes. I gotta find strategies to sort of change up my schedule and try not to be around too many people. Well, because they are always, hey, you want to smoke? You want one? You want no? No, I don't. And I'm like, okay, yeah, just one, thank you. Okay, I know. It, we get weak sometimes. It freaking happens. So I get what it's like, especially when you're around people all the time. That makes it harder. So and sometimes, I don't know. There's all this stuff on YouTube I've been watching. Like it says, just don't be around the people who, you know, don't understand you, or who don't be around the people who, are not good for you. And don't I'm like, yeah. So stay in your house and hide in your parents' basement. Is basically what you're saying. Like that's not preparing anybody for real life. Okay, well, that's just the fact of the matter, right? Like, what? Like, what? No, that's not how the world works, man. All right, all these people online, some of them are. I just like, what? That's not how life works. Who are you talking to? Are you talking to yourself? Oh, but everything is so. Oh no, it's not. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. Like, what? Like, I don't think so. Hey, what? Where? What? What fake ass movie set did you just come rolling off of? You've been hiding from life the whole time. What? Yeah. No, I don't agree with certain interesting philosophies. It's like, oh, you're gonna get like run the fuck over. Yeah. You're gonna expect stupid stuff. No, no, no. Anyway, well, I mean, this does bring me up to the topic of ice hockey. Uh, Admittedly, I kind of already said. I think the way things are looking now, okay, uh, it might be difficult to go to another team and try and get a player that's gonna make a difference. Okay, I mean, there might be one or two options here and there that a GM has. Uh, Ours, anyway, Chevy, and like Mike McIntyre did get a chance to interview him, and he did say he's looking all the time. I mean, that makes sense. But to be honest, I think the way that the season is going, just NHL wide, and particularly with the Jets, it's just it really appears as though the options are minimal, all things considered. So yeah, the Jets, the only way out is through, and it's really looking very much like well, all right, the guys are going to have to get through it. That's just it, right? So okay, we're going through it. Well, I mean, I'm a fan. Sure, I'll go through it with you. I'm not can't lose me as a fan, but oof, last night's game, holy moly! I mean, right, just like in the first period, it didn't even take them 5 minutes. Like, yeah, they got scored on, and like 17 seconds later, the Jets got scored on again. And I mean, it was it was almost like they forgot all the good things that they know. But if you look at the post game interview, um, I think that the two players who spoke do realize that they left pucks right in the middle. I mean, they pretty much almost set up for the other team to score. You're like, oh, no, oopsies, no, too many oopsies. What's going on? Oh, crap. And the whole time I'm thinking, like, second period, like, I think we should really just pull Mike Conley out of there. Eric Conley. Like, get Combs out of there. I mean, his fault or not, it's win as a team, lose as a team. So I've never ever just single out one guy. I was glad that they pulled Eric Conley out. Point blank. All there is to it, because it's just like we don't need him to handle a complete obliteration. Okay. And yeah, it gives Mealy time and Thomas Mealy time in. And also, it's like, well, welcome to the NHL. Well, here you go. This is called playing cleanup. Okay? And so you're going to do your goalie friend over here a solid, and you're going to play cleanup, because by the time Mealy got in there, this game was pretty much over. And I hate to say that, because I'm usually much more optimistic and be like, right? Because their teams, I've seen teams like have comebacks all day long, right? I mean, it isn't the best position to be in, but I've seen them. They bounce back. That's not what's happening. So I was glad that Holmes got to, go sit on the bench, and he didn't have to handle any more goaltending for the evening. And anytime Neely spends on NHL ice, whether the Jets win or lose, is practice time. It's time he gets on NHL ice, facing NHL shots, playing with NHL players. So, I mean, for him, he did his friend Eric Comrie a solid there, and he played cleanup, but he also got NHL time on ice. So, I mean, that's experience. So there's like I said, there's good things happening, even though there's not so good things that seem to be happening. And so individually, for some guys, yeah, I mean, they're still Like Morrissey definitely he tries to be all over the place. Okay, but I mean he can't do it all by himself. And uh, and Perfetti's been sort of out there. There's a few things he needs to work on, but at least Perfetti was moving around. At least he was engaged. But that was a difficult game to watch because they just no comeback sauce. It was hard to watch because it's not even the fact they got beat. It's kind of like how they got beat. But I mean, good for the Buffalo Sabres. Take advantage of these things. I recognize when these things, like, I understand both teams' perspectives and stuff like that. But it's like I said. I mean, if you look at the post game interview, even one of the players said we embarrassed ourselves, and I'm like, well, yeah, there's an honest, truthful statement I agree with. I mean, and if they'd have played a game like that at home, well, that would be a game where, yeah, it would be okay to boo the team. Like, right. I mean, if I could go to home games, I would. That would be an example of a game where the fans could boo their own team, right? So technically, I'm not here. Boo, boo, boo the Jets. Boo you guys. Boo. Just boo. Okay, it's true. Like, I'm sure there's plenty of Jets fans who understand what I'm saying, and longtime hockey fans understand what I'm saying. Sometimes you do boo your own team, and if they'd have been at home, I'm sure there would be some boo birds booing their own team at some point. Okay, and I would just to let them know, like, what the fuck is happening? Like, okay, yeah. So they did take Comrie out, which I thought was a good decision for a lot of different reasons. And Lowry did have a players only team conversation before press, and I'm sure there's going to be some things that are looked at that maybe hadn't been looked at before. I'm sure there's going to be some decisions made. It's just, I mean, it, it's hard at this point to say. I mean, I'll stick with the Jets until there's 0.00% chance, just like hopeful, optimistic. And so you can say I'm stubborn or just wearing the rose-colored glasses or whatever, but I just do it because that's what kind of fan I am. That's what kind of, yes, okay. Just I'll keep going. We're gonna make the playoffs until there's 0.00%. But that game just made it way harder. So, boo the Jets on that one. I'm sure there's plenty of home fans feel the same way. That would be the perfect game to boo your own team. And they're very fortunate they did not embarrass themselves like that at home. But next up, what, Montreal? Oh, hey, yeah, this is in my life more fun for me. 238 East Main Street. Um, two addresses here. Oh, here's what happened. Oh no, thank you for being involved with blah 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 Christianity Care. We are ready to inform you about an incident involving your electronic health record software vendor. Oh, more of my look. I just put my private information out in public. Okay, the U.S. government did it to me. Excuse me, U.S. government employees worked around. I I was much more careful with your information than apparently you were with mine. Why should I trust this fucking country? No, it's your job to rebuild my trust. Plus, weapons violations I saw with my own two eyes. Homeland Security. My country is giving firearms to people who don't report their happy pills, which are mood stabilizers, and then don't take them properly. And how would I know that? Yes, I was living in the same house as that person. So, firsthand witness. And I would like anybody on planet Earth to prove that I've ever used violence once, ever. But you gotta have that on film. You gotta have, yep. So I am gonna have to sue Upper Bay Counseling and Support Services because it needs to be done, especially all autistic advocates, autism advocates. You gotta be hearing me. It's not okay here. Medications get screwed up. They just admitted that they screwed up. I have to, so that it doesn't keep happening. But I have to sue my own country, Canada. So it's probably not a good idea to stay here because some people are immature and don't understand. There's a lot of that going on. Yeah, my medical information got mishandled. It has been mishandled every single way. But you see, here's the thing: like, there's somebody fake, fake, whoever, Norman Reedus or whoever the hell that was. Right. I must be told if my file is being used against me. That's a Fair Credit Reporting Act. Like, my credit score doesn't matter because it probably isn't accurate because of shit like this. And well, the U.S. Navy does have some information about me, birthmarks and other kinds of things, and information about my family. It's really hard to fake being me. I'm not replaceable. Anybody, like, if somebody thinks that's a challenge, well, then you're stupid, but you're more than welcome to try it. You will fail miserably, and I've said that now out loud, and it is also being written in the transcript, which, yes, people can access down below underneath the title of this. Great. So, more good news for me, eh? Excellent. Okay, but I'll be honest. I'm going to be honest with everybody. That's a game the Jets deserve to be booed by their own fans. Okay? I mean, just boo. I know. Well, the fans, there's fans just pushing, pushing, pushing. Let the younger kids play it. Okay, well, not all the younger kids can go on the roster. Okay, you got to understand. There's contract responsibilities. There's one-way contracts, two-way contracts. There's waivers. There's all these things that have to go. They can only have a certain amount of people on the bench. While Hayden Fleury is on IR, okay, that meant we could bring up Sallow. Okay, Sal Monson. All right, but one of them, somebody is going to come off the IR, and somebody's going to have to go down. Now, you can't tell Jonathan Taze to go to the minors. You can't tell Adam Lowry to go to the minors. You can't tell Josh Morrissey to go to the minors. You can't tell some of these guys to go to the minors. Okay, you can healthy scratch one occasion. Okay, it's not that simple. It just isn't. Because if it were, they would be doing it by now. Right? Some guys are trying to up their game. And so I think that there's some guys who are struggling to up their game. So the guys who are doing pretty well and are upping their game, are sort of showing the guys on the team that it is possible. Struggle, combat, battle it, battle through it. Come on, come on. The only way out is through this time around. There's not a lot out there. A lot of the teams, because of the situation, how close teams are in the standings, they're just trying to find an outside player and having something to trade or maneuver. It's just slim pickings. People just learn to accept that. Quit going over and over and over and over again on chats. Play the young ones. I'm like, they're trying to. Okay, but you got to understand how this works. They got one on IR. Okay, when Hayden Fleury comes back, somebody's got to go down, or somebody's going to go on waivers. You understand, all right? Learn to understand that it's just not that simple. So when you just keep harping, play the kids. Well, look, you played mealy. Okay, just all right. For those fans, it's just like, you sound like a broken record, and we're tired of hearing. Do you really not think? Do you think that Chevy and everybody there is stupid and they don't see and they're not thinking, okay, what do we do? What do we do? Yeah, they can't just put all the young people, okay? They can't send some of these guys down to the minors. And, by now, Nyquist and Shen, like, they're guys who need to just sit down and soul search and freaking go to every practice and spend a little more time head in the game. Let the other guys guide you. Then let them be the leaders on your line, and you follow. Okay, I don't care. But I know that Shen and Nyquist can do better. Those two I know can do better. For sure. So also, I put on my Twitter account, X account, yesterday, very clearly, the hockey writers did put out something that says, basically, in the last 10 years, the average age of the players from each Stanley Cup winning game is 28, 29, between 28 and 29 years of age. Veterans are always necessary, people. They give you numbers. Okay, I put the title, I put the link out there. Nope, you do need the veterans. You can't just go 24 and under. They're not going to win. They're not going to win the freaking Stanley Cup. Okay, they're building for the future. They know that. Okay, so some of you stubborn just keep repeating. I'm just like, well, they're not going to do what you want them to do, no matter how many times you type it on chats. Air quote, Winnipeg Jets fan. And they can't. They got roster considerations. They got contract considerations. They got injury considerations. And yes, people are now becoming more aware of exactly how much the Winnipeg Jets have leaned back on Hellebuck. Okay, and I don't care what anybody says about Jonathan Toews. I know he needs to produce more, but he also needs, like, the kind of guys who understand him on his line. You see what I'm trying to say? All right, he's a certain kind of player, and he can adjust and learn to play in a certain structure. But he's a certain kind of player, and that's why he's on the team. There's certain things about Jonathan Toews, so people need the people around him need to learn Jonathan Taze a little better, and you understand people he's on a line with. All right? But every time he takes a face off, I mean, he's got great face off numbers. Okay? The rest of his team who are on ice with him when he takes face offs, they're the ones who really need to concentrate and get the freaking puck. Because that is kind of what's happening. He's winning faceoffs, but the other team is getting the puck. The other teams are doing better at getting the puck when Jonathan Taze wins faceoffs. This is a whole team situation. All right? It's win as a team, lose as a team. And that was difficult to watch. So for this game, boo! Boo you, Winnipeg Jets. Okay? I'm not sure what needs to happen. Chevy even said he's always looking around. Some of these guys, you understand, you can't put them up in the NHL because some of these guys you can't put down in the AHL. And you shouldn't, even if you could. But the guys who are in the AHL right now, okay, every good right reason to play and improve, play and improve, play and improve, okay, because maybe you will get caught up. And maybe that's how you get an NHL spot. But the Moose are doing well, and anybody listen to this. If the Moose win a Calder Cup, every single dude who is on the Moose, who are a part of winning the Calder Cup and doing really well, scouts and other teams are going to be all over the Winnipeg Jets for trades and yada blah 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 blah, as you know what I'm saying. So some of these guys are being developed. Yes, they are. You all people loudmouths just like to say stuff sometimes. Okay, but that one is not. They are. Okay, and maybe Lambeau doesn't become a Winnipeg Jet. Okay, maybe he becomes another, but there's always a reason to play ice hockey, everybody. And if they're down to the Moose and they can't get called up, and there's no room for them right now, well, they should be playing as best as they can and improving and working on things, because a Calder Cup is good for the franchise and it's good for the individual players. And Calder Cup guys have higher chances by far of getting a one-way contract with an NHL franchise. Okay? So there's some people just constantly harping on, the young guys, the young guys, the young guys. I'm just like, well, first of all, right, it's the average age of everyone, of every team who's won a Stanley Cup is 28, 29, which means they have veterans on their team, okay? They're old and slow, okay. But technically speaking, they were old and slow last year, too. Okay, there's some things going on. I don't know what they are. I can't even guess. And I'm not going to speculate. But I am going to say, boo you, Winnipeg Jets, this time. You really got to look around and see. Some of these guys are leading and some are following, and that's okay. Maybe they're guys who aren't driving lines and they were before. Maybe they're guys who can drive line, you understand? And so maybe some roles and other kind of things need to be looked at in more depth. But I say boo to the Winnipeg Jets this time. Okay? And I wish the goalies every which way kind of be the wall. I'm with you, goalies. I know I'm a goalie too. I'm with you, fellas. I'm glad they got comms out. I'm glad Mealy has had time on NHL ice because it's very, very useful in the long run. And healing vibes to Connor Hellebuck. But a lot of it was because of how much the Jets over the last 2 years, especially, were leaning back on Connor Hellebuck. I mean, it's more obvious now. Okay? So go Jets. I mean, I got to battle through some things with my health here. And I don't really want to. But the Jets need to battle too. Okay? Just battle through it. I mean, be honest with each other. Maybe there's people who need to, like, they're not doing so well where they are, and maybe some people need to speak up and say, I just feel like I do better on a line with this one. Okay? Whatever it is, fellas, it's a win now. Win now. Win now. I don't care how people look at it. It's must win or can't lose. And I'm just like, no, it's a win now. Win now. Win now. All right. So, yeah, that's my feelings. Boo. Winnipeg Jets. Yeah, I'll do a health update a little bit later. I gotta make some phone calls, and I'm getting results from a test. It might not be the best of news. We'll find out. So yes, everybody try to keep each other as optimistic as you can. But the Winnipeg Jets deserve a boo. 2 thumbs down for that, okay? Straight out. You know you do. Yes, you can find a way.